Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. La hawla wa la quwwata illa billahi al-aliyyil azim. Alhamdulillahi rabbil alameen. Wa sallallahu ala sayyidina Muhammad wa ala tayyibin at-tahirin. La siyama baqiyatullahi fil aradin. Allahumma akhrijni min dhulumat al-wahm wa akrimni bi nur al-fahm. اللهم افتح علينا أبواب رحمتك وانشر علينا خزائن علومك برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين. In our discussion about divine attributes, we have been studying wisdom. And we said that there was a debate among Muslim theologians whether God's actions are done with a purpose or not. Some had the idea that God's actions have no purpose because they thought this means that God is needy if he has a purpose. Like when we do something in order to gain something, like for example, I make a house to have shelter, to be able to be comfortable, to protect myself from heat or from cold or from dangers. So the purpose is there, but the purpose is to serve myself, to secure some of my interests or meet some of my needs. But other theologians, like the Shia theologians, they had the idea that there must be purpose, because if some actions are done without purpose, it means that God's actions are done in vain, are meaningless, have been done arbitrarily. There is purpose, but the purpose doesn't need to be always to benefit the agent, the doer. The purpose can be to benefit other people. In us, maybe most of the time our purpose is to help ourselves. But even in human beings, it's possible that sometimes the purpose can be to benefit others. In God, it's always to benefit others. For example, in human beings, sometimes maybe there is a teacher, a scholar, a knowledgeable person who teaches people not to be paid, not to be, for example, learning better. Because sometimes people teach to become more learned. Sometimes people teach to get money. Sometimes people teach to be praised. Sometimes people teach to have experience and put on their CV that I have been teaching. So there can be things like this. But sometimes we have teachers who teach and they don't need any of these things. Or even if they need, they don't think about them. They don't bother about them. They just love to teach because they have in themselves love for knowledge and they want this knowledge to be shared. If they see someone is ignorant, they suffer. Okay? So sometimes someone may teach without having any of his personal interests in mind. Or maybe, for example, you have a person who is a doctor, and he knows that there are some people who are ill, maybe in a remote place, in a village, in a country which, for example, was stricken by earthquake or whatever. He goes there, offers his help. He doesn't want to gain anything. Even he doesn't want to, for example, be praised or to be thanked. His purpose is to help other people. So, with respect to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, he has no purpose in the sense of benefiting himself. But he has purpose for everything that he does. Indeed, Muslim philosophers have argued very well. Inshallah, when you study philosophy, you reach this point. That nothing happens in this world without God's wise plan, without God's decision and will. We don't have chance. Sometimes we say this happened by chance. For example, I go on the street and without any plan, I see a friend that for many years I was trying to see him, but I was not able to find him. So I say, by chance, I saw my friend. But this is chance for me because I didn't know the way things were evolving. If you had known that, for example, your friend has something to do in that street and he's going to be there at that time, okay, then you would not have called this chance. You say chance because you didn't know about your friend's plans. For Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, there is nothing which happens by chance, whether it is his own actions or the actions of his creatures. Anyway, he has a specific, clear purpose or purposes in his actions, which in the end of the day return to the creatures they benefit from.